always loved a good brain teaser. So I was so excited to buy this and have some new ones because I feel like a lot of the brain teasers, you hear about 50 of them and then you know all of them. There's like no new brain teasers. Unfortunately, I went through every single one. I got about, I think it came with, I want to know 64 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16 of those I have deemed slightly acceptable as content. These were so bad. Okay, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy and all that. I'm more like laughing at it. 30-second mysteries, yeah. It's about 5 seconds to read it, 5 seconds to guess the answer, and then 20 seconds to contemplate what you're doing with your life. That these are so bad that they made it into a purchasable product in Barnes & Noble. However, I did get 16 of them that I thought would be okay to read. And I did supplement with some more that I Googled. So don't worry, you will be getting your brain teasers. This is the cream of the crop. This is as good as it gets. I just need you to know that. So sit back, relax, brain tease, tingle, fall asleep, whatever you want to do. I'll just read them to you. Now it comes with the case. That's what I'm going to read you. Then the mystery. I'll present the question that you are supposed to answer. And then there's a bunch of clues. Now I don't think I'm going to read the clues because the clues, they get more and more obvious. And they kind of are stupid. I might read the clues, but you might be screaming at your computer or your phone by the end of this, like Dora the Explorer. Alright. The case. Maria takes small, painstaking steps every night, often using a stick to help her along. Strangers watch her, but no one ever offers to help. The threat of Maria stumbling causes some people to shield their eyes. The mystery. What is Maria's livelihood, and where can she be found? I guess this is kind of hard to do in video format, because I don't know whether some of you probably know it like that. Some of you probably want me to repeat it. Okay. The clues are: Maria isn't sick or old. Flashy outfits make up most of her wardrobe. Her job requires a fine-tuned physique. She really looks down on her audience. Her whole family is in on the act. I feel like that ruins it, gives it away. The solution is Maria is a tightrope walker at the circus. So she takes small, painstaking steps using a stick to help her along. Strangers watch her, but no one ever offers to help. There you go. Forgot to turn off the vibrate on my phone. I haven't had it on in forever. Sound. And turn on vibrate. Actually, the solution's on the back, so I have to be careful. Mystery number 2. The case. Parents willingly take their children to visit an eccentric middle-aged man in his extravagant residence. They do not know the man and are very anxious about entering his home. Once inside, they must save their children from near disaster as a result of their affiliations with this man. Still, he is never charged with a single crime. The mystery. Mystery solved. Mystery number 4. The case. 150 people sit patiently in a train station waiting for their train. Suddenly, a voice announces the train has been cancelled, and 147 of the people get up and leave the station. 3 people remain behind. The mystery. Why didn't the people leave the train station? And in what country is the station located? I kept this one in because this is an example of a really stupid one. The answer is the train station is in Germany and the 3 people don't speak German. I have a couple of complaints about this. One, you can't determine that they're in Germany without using their clues. And the clues is like the station's in a country that has a famous wall torn down in 1989. And I wanted to put this one in because when I was recently in Germany on a train, they stopped and made an announcement that we would have to get off and switch trains. And they did do it in German, but a very nice German man could tell that we were Americans and told us in English. So we got off the train. So even though I didn't speak German, I mean, like, if everyone was getting off the train, if 147 people also got off the train and I didn't speak German and I was in Germany, I would probably also get off the whatever. Sorry, that was an aside. The rest of these are serious. Next mystery. The case. Nina and Maya are making a fortune in real estate. Even though Nina never breaks the law, she is sent to jail. Maya follows the same procedures as Nina with many of the same properties, but she never goes to jail. The mystery. Why did Nina go to jail, and what is the maximum amount of time she could spend there? The solution. Nina is playing Monopoly and landed on the square that says go to jail. She could spend up to 3 turns there. Why do they have that? Why does Monopoly have a go to jail space? Like, are we assuming that these real estate agents are like operating illegally? Is that why? Next mystery. You guys are doing great. You're all just so smart. The case. An elderly woman goes for a leisurely walk. 2 young men in excellent physical condition are directly behind her, sprinting towards her. No matter how fast they run, they do not catch up with the woman. The mystery. Why can't the men catch up with the woman? And where are all 3 people? The elderly woman is clearly a giant cyclops, so a leisurely walk would be miles at a time, while the 2 men are sprinting behind her. No, the solution is all 3 people are on treadmills in a gym. Treadmills. Mystery solved. The case. never, ever leaving Washington, D.C., never traveling to any other state besides Washington, D.C., I need to know if there are people out there. I know a bunch of people in the United States who have never left their home state, but they're like really big states. Like Washington, D.C. is not a big area. So after I read that, I was like, I need to put this in the video because I need to ask if any of you know anyone for like 50, 60 years, born in Washington, D.C., never leaving Washington, D.C. Let me know. Thank you. Okay. Next mystery. The case. A group of 4 comes together and follows a road they believe will lead to enlightenment. The group's leader brings along a trusted companion. The mystery. What is the name of the leader's companion, and in what city does the road end? I feel like this one maybe could apply to other pieces of media now, but the solution is the animal, the companion, excuse me, they didn't say animal, they said companion. The animal's name, the companion's name is Toto, and the road ends at the Emerald City. Very nice. Wizard of Oz, everybody. Next mystery. The case. A man goes out drinking every night and doesn't come home until the wee hours of the morning. No matter how much he drinks the night before, the man never has a hangover. The mystery. Where is the man's home, and what is his favorite drink? It couldn't possibly be that this man just doesn't get hangovers, or that this man drinks non-alcoholic drinks. No, 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 no. The solution is the man is a vampire who lives in Transylvania and drinks blood. Their solution doesn't follow the mystery, like the setup. Where is the man's home, and what's his favorite drink? It says he drinks blood. It doesn't say his favorite drink is blood. I feel like I do this all the time. I just roast products instead of making a serious video. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Next mystery. The case. A group of people stumbles across a body. After examining the corpse, the group notes that the body is missing internal organs, but maintains the victim died a natural death. The mystery. What is the people's occupation, and in what country did they find the body? I thought this one was actually a good one. I did not get this one. Well, before I read the clues are, here are the clues. The people have no medical training. The country is north of the equator. Some of the people are doctors. The country is in northern Africa. The country is home to King Tut. The people really dig their job. They are archaeologists working in Egypt, and they uncovered a mummy. Great mystery. Let's do another. The case. Against the recommendations of her friends and family, an elderly woman begins an unusual diet. Her menu includes a wide variety of foods, but ultimately, she eats something that kills her. The mystery. What was the first item of the diet, and what was the last? Immediately, I thought, I was like, mushrooms. I don't know, like, she eats mushrooms. books. I don't know. I feel like my library had like a number that you could take out. It wasn't like a however much you can carry. It was like 10. But next mystery. The case. Oh my god. I think this one's my favorite. Okay. The case. A man screams for over an hour and wakes up the majority of people who live in his neighborhood. Rather than complain about the noise or tell the man to stop, his neighbors give him an enthusiastic response. Who was the man, and what 4 words was he yelling? Do you have it? That man was none other than Paul Revere himself, yelling, "The British are coming, baby. The British are coming." That was the best mystery in there. That was my favorite. Okay. Last one. Then I have a couple from like Google. The case. A man and his family live in a large metropolitan area. They neither own a house nor pay rent. As long as the family qualifies, they are allowed to live in housing subsidized by the government. Who is the family, and where do they live? The presidential family lives in the White House in Washington, D.C. Okay, that's enough of those. So, anyway, I think this was like $5. How much was this? It doesn't say the cost. So these were 30-second mysteries. There's also brain teasers, 20 questions, and mystery grams, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I will ever purchase a product from them again. However, it was very fun to read for the purpose of a video, so we can laugh about it together. Okay. Here are the next ones that I have. I think I will have to grab my whiteboard for some of these, so let me grab my whiteboard for you. You are in a room answer